And I think it's time for us to get to our block grab. Do the thing. Block grab. All right, that was a little bit messy, but we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Block Grab. For those of you that have not been initiated into the Block Grab world, if you're following us on Twitch, you have access to 2 free emotes. One is a block, and one is a grab. A grab means you like something. A block means you don't like something. Cool? Now we're going to block all these player intros. All 16 of them. I have the high-def versions of them because I took them from our media management tool. So I have the high-def versions here. We're going to watch them. You're going to enjoy the high-def versions of them. And then you're going to rate whether you like them or not. If you like them, start spamming grab in the chat. If you don't like them, start spamming block in the chat. All right? And then after we watch them, we'll give our opinions. So first, let us play the DNF intros. And we're going to start with this guy. Woo! All right, chat. Block or grab? I'm grabbing, and here's why. Like, Kubo, when he was doing like the sold it, right? Beautiful. The fact that the editors like cut out the piece of the dojo to have him kneel next to, awesome. What sucks is we had Kubo in a belt. Like we had I don't know what kind of belt we got. Maybe it was a judo belt. And we had the gloves. Like, you can see the gloves at the very end. The gloves are there. I don't know if you ever see below his waist. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see below his waist, so you don't get to see the belt. But either way, grab-a-rooney for me. Kubo looks awesome, right? I'm a big fan. Let's take it to the next block or grab. Oh, that looks so sick. See, I really wish we would have gotten I really tried to get the plushie so he could cuddle with the plushie at the end. And I'm pretty sure Lost Soul would have been hella down. But, chat, block or grab Lost Soul, I'm grabbing the shit out of it. I'm grabbing the shit out of it. First of all, the thumbs up, amazing, right? Like, I'm down. Second of all, the committing to the bit. Him, like, yelling, hilariously enough. Here's a little story from the production floor. Right next to where these shots were getting taken, we had the interviews. And with interviews, like, the interviews are scary to record because you have to have, like, pristine sound, right? So we have this whole setup. We have this set build. We have, like, everything quiet. And I think we're interviewing K-Top. And, you know, we ask him all these questions. Like, we ask him about how the FGC is in Greece, blah, 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 blah. And then we end it, and the director goes, okay, cut. And then as soon as the director says cut, we hear Lost Soul in the next room just going, ah! It was so funny how well timed it was that it didn't screw up anything. And the fact that, like, Lost Soul, like, really went for it, it was awesome. It was awesome. Let's move on to the next block grab. We're going to keep going on the DNF train. Here is the next block grab video. Ooh, so clean. Fun fact, the director of our team took that sword. Like, even, like, right after Media Day, like, he took that prop home. But yeah, hella grab. I think this one came out, like, one of the best. For sure. the wind in the hair. Like we literally mimicked the outro because at the very end after you win with Ghostblade, like his arm glows and then like his hair flows back. Like we literally mimicked it. That sword, that's not the right sword tap. It's the sword Nubenheimer used that got my leg. Because this was an actual prop sword, right? This was an actual prop sword. It was not sharp. And it was awesome. Like I was just playing with it. When we were setting up on Thursday, I was just like playing around with it because it was so badass. But Yu Song Cha sold it. He looks so cool. The fact that like they got like the shift when he's moving. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Big grab. Big grab. I'll give him a round of applause. Big grab. Big grab. All right. Let's go to the next block grab. Here it is. Who would have thought I could get Goichi to do this? Usually, like, he's so even-keeled when he's playing. So the fact that, like, he was super into this, beautiful, beautiful. That's a hella grab for me. I don't know if you guys noticed, but, like, the fan hitting the scarf and the fan hitting his hair, beautiful. We got him this giant orb. I thought the orb was going to match the orb that Swiftmaster makes, where like it fits in the palm of his hand, but the orb was huge. So like when we were holding it, like it was like so big, but we were still able to use it in the shot, so it was pretty cool. Hella grab. Goichi, hella awesome. Here we go. Let's get into the next one because we still have all the Guilty Gear ones to get to after we finish this. So here is our next shot. Ooh, the strobe. All right, this is a hella grab for me, and here's why. K-Top with the turtleneck, with like he's got like the looks that can kill, and the fact that I accidentally picked that color of Hitman, so that it kind of almost lined up. Awesome, right? The fact that like he's so stoic about it, like I think he was one of those people that like I think he was a little bit apprehensive to do it, but he still like looked really badass while doing it, right? And I say he was apprehensive just because like you saw a couple of his movements. He was like, shoo, shoo. He didn't quite get into it as much as everybody else, but the way that he got into it, I think showed a lot of his personality because he was very stoic. He was very badass. Like it's a grabber for me. It's a grabber for me. Next. Here we go. Ooh. The gloves, the hat. That's a big grab for me as well. A lot of people were complaining that we didn't give them guns. We weren't able to. I tried. I really did. But we weren't able to get prop guns. But yeah, that's a hella grab from me. Kikyo-chan looked real badass. The fact that like he did the eyebrow raising thing where he was like, and I saw our editor, the editor that worked on this, his name is Will. He literally spent like hours putting the glow in his eye because we shot this at 120 frames per second so that our editors could then like speed it up and slow it down to make it match stuff better. So because we shot it at 120 frames, Will had to sit there for like putting all of the frames in of that dumb eye glow. But all this to say, it looks pretty dope. I'm a big fan. And Kikyo-chan, I think, did really well in the tournament. So big ups. Big ups. Next, This is the second to last for the DNFs. Here it is. Ooh, there's the glasses. I don't know why they didn't... See, they gave him the sword here, but they didn't give K-Top the sword. I wasn't there for that. Ooh, that looks so good. Dude, with the look up? Hell yeah. Hell yeah with the look up. Mystic Smash looked really fucking good. That's a big grab from me. I'm even going to give him a couple claps. That's a big grabber for me. Here's the last DNF player intro. Get ready for the blocker grab. Start spamming it now. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm hella grabbing. That smile. Dude, the fact that so fun fact, I saw him do that pose as I was walking out of the interview, and I could not help but laugh at how awesome it looked. Dude, and the fact that like he got into it enough to be like, oh, yoroshiku onegaishimasu, or whatever he says. Wait, let me watch it again. I want to see what he says. Because I think it's just nice to meet you, right? Yeah, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I don't speak Japanese. I tried. But damn, Nampon blew it out of the water, dude. That's the peak of what I think we wanted to get out of it, right? Like he got into it, he was like super down to clown, and he looked great doing it, and everybody loved it. I even saw, was it Damascus, gave him an S rating, an S tier rating, for this intro. Nah, Sheon, we gotta grab them all. Look, I'm having to grab them all. The intros gave the broadcast flavor, right? And you got to like see a little bit of the player. Like even though we were making them do essentially the same thing, like everybody did it differently. So we still got like a little bit of the player every time we did it. Like that's the point of this, is like to show the players. Like the players are the people that are there, and they're not just like, players are not just hands on a arcade stick or on a controller. Like they're people. They go through shit. One of the things in the interviews that we talked to Zando about, and I really hope we get to release it, is Zando shared on Twitter that like his motivation was super low, right? Leading up to the finals. So like we talked with him about that, and his response was awesome, right? Like hearing how like he overcame that to like get there and like to work and to grind the game out. Like that's the kind of shit that I want to hear about. Not just like, oh, I did an uppercut and I won the game. It's boring. Let's not be boring. I'm so happy I got to like do one of those like put up or shut up moments, right? Like where I kept calling shit boring, and then I did something and everybody thought it was awesome. All right, let's get to the Strive player intros. And we're going to start with this one. I'm hella grabbing, but I'm so sad we couldn't get him the swords. I really tried to get him the swords, man. We couldn't get them made fast enough. They wouldn't have made it in time. I'm so sad. But that's a hella grab nonetheless, though, right? Like, did you see the smile on his face when he was screaming? That's all that matters, man. He looked like he had a blast. Even though we weren't able to give him any props, like, we got him up there. Like, he looks, like, imposing, right? Like, we definitely got like a lot of Tempest in that, and a lot of Leo in that too, which I think is pretty cool. Tempest's interview is another one that I really want to release, because like some of the stuff that we talked about was again, in my opinion, super important. Any hoozle. Moving on. Everybody's grabbing everything. I love it. Here we go. Block or grab, everybody. So we talked about getting a cut out of that car. We weren't able to get it though. The extra hearts was a nice touch. So funny enough, the director of my team was like, "Hey, let's do this," and then it looked great. So it's a good indication of like how supportive the team is, where like one person has an idea and everybody just starts getting into it, right? Like, because that was like most of our production team doing the hearts. And at the end of the tournament, I got to give those glasses to BestofVShow. So, being unapologetically yourself is very difficult in the world, and the fact that her and her partner are both like unapologetically themselves, I think is super important, and it's something that we need to both cultivate and cherish. So, I was able to give her the glasses afterwards, but I'm a big fan. With all that said, big grab. She killed it. She looks great. Did you make them glasses by your own hands? No, I found the glasses on Etsy. So here's the thing. I found the glasses on Etsy, and the glasses were like, the person who was making the glasses were a little overloaded with orders. And we had somebody from our company reach out to them, and we were like, "Hey, we're doing this for actual Arxis. Would you be able to give us a pair like within the week?" And they were like, "Sure." And we got them the next day. So whoever that was on Etsy, I might be able to hold on. I should pimp them out. Oh, it's by a company called Anime Eyewear. Yeah, Anime Eyewear is the name of them on Etsy. So go give them a look-see do, will you? Enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to our next block grab. You guys ready? Start spamming those emotes. Here we go. I wish I was there working with Mochi, because I'm sad he didn't get to do the full Tyrant Rave. Okay, that's a hella grab, right? That's a hella grab. The fact that Mochi like went for it, right? Like, dude, the fist, and you could tell like he was really like, I'm a fan. And dude, like the way they edited the music too is like so good. The dude that worked on these, his name is Matt Naimi, so he really nailed it on a lot of these. It's great. Big grabs all around. All right, here we go. This is the prop that drew blood. It tasted my blood. Ooh, look at all that fog. So fun fact, we had everything prepared for him to do like a shot, like unsheathing the sword, but it was too big. It was too big. We couldn't, I barely could unsheath it, right? Like I had to like straight up like extend my entire body to get it out. And Nubenheimer is way smaller than I am, so we weren't able to quite get that. So we just had him like showing the blade and then blood bursting, which is unfortunate. But with that said, he still looks like a badass. So that's a big grab from me. Chat, blocker grab on Nubenheimer. That's a big grab from me. The fact that he went all in on the Blood Rage was awesome. And he never goes into Blood Rage in the game, so I think that's even funnier. Next, here we go. Hold on, I want to see. I'm rewinding a little bit here because I want to see if we got the belt at all. Yeah, see how he's wearing the belt? It's hard to see it, but he's wearing the belt there, and the belt says free. And this is the thing that I gave Daisuke both the belt and the headband. So it kind of sucks that we didn't showcase the belt more, but the headband looked real good, and Skill sold the shit out of it. I spoke with Skill specifically, and he had a blast. So that was real cool. So big grabs from me. Big grabs from The belt and the headband were actually custom made. Like the somebody from our props department like knew somebody who has a prop shop and like makes stuff. And like, dude, like it looked so good. Like the belt with free on it looked so damn good. I'm so sad we didn't get to like actually showcase it a lot, but it was good. It was good. Next, we're almost there. We got a couple more left. Here we go. Ooh, with the big bumps at the end. So fun fact, there was a little bit of miscommunication with our editor on this specific player intro. However, it still came out so nice. I tried to get a coffin, man. I really did. I hope you guys know I tried my damnedest. It was just not gonna happen. It was not gonna happen. I tried so hard. I even like was like, dude, just give me a piece of wood. I'll do it. Like we couldn't get it. It was so unfortunate. I even tried to get him the glasses, but we weren't able to get it in time. So unfortunate that we couldn't give Gobo stuff to play with, but he still looks like a badass, right? So how long did we have to put all these together? We had 2 weeks, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of time. But as far as like actually editing everything together, it was like hours, right? Because we did them overnight. I really hope we get to release Gobo's interview, because Gobo's interview I think was my favorite. I think he was the one that's an arcade attendant or was an arcade attendant and also a TO. I'm not 100% sure if that's right or not. But my favorite part about Gobo's interview is we asked him all this and like he was super nice and we were like, what do you think are the good qualities of a pro player? And he's like, I think a pro player has to have a good heart because they're a public figure. So they have to be a positive person. And after this beautiful answer he gave, our director, the person running the interview, goes, okay, do you have any last message for your fans or to anybody watching? And Gobo goes, I will annihilate everyone. Like, it was so funny. It was so funny. And like, it was so good. I really hope we get to put out that interview. It was so good. Even like the translator that we had was like it was so good. It was so good. Here's the next one. We got two more. Here it is. Ooh, Stone Cold Killer. TY. I'm a grab. So TY was a person that we had a hard time with the language barrier stuff. But with that said, our director like made him look like a badass, right? Like he looks too cool for school in the best way possible. He didn't do any backflips. Die by sword, would you do backflips? I was thinking like what I would do in that situation, and like I think I would screw around and try to do something, but I probably would have gotten hurt. But yeah, that's a big grab, dude. TY looked like a badass all weekend, and he played like a badass all weekend. Yeah, the cold killer face. Director took a hero shot of him. Yeah. These. So in the production world, these are what these are called. They're called hero shots because they look like heroes. Green dog, not in the budget, dude. Here's the really frustrating part. Animate Sam, Arxis is selling a plushie of the dog, but they're in pre-production, so they don't have a physical one. I tried to get it. I really tried to get it. But they're in pre-production, and they're not released yet, so we couldn't get one. Ladies and gents, we have the final blocker grab. So Get ready to spam those emotes. Here they are. Ooh. Also, I don't know if you guys watched the tournament, but James Chen correctly called out that's Zando's hat. I tried to get the hat, but we couldn't get it. I'm so happy he brought it. But yeah, dude, big grab, right? Like this is a perfect example of commit to it, have fun, go for it, and it'll look badass. And I think Zando looks like a damn badass. The cloak that we gave Zando, fun fact, is also the same thing we used for a Goichi scarf. We couldn't quite get something more detailed, so that's what we had. But it still looked super cool. The fact that Zando like really went in for the Calvados looked badass. And the fact that, you know, like he was down the clown. And the fact that he brought his own hat. Again, like commit to the bit. Commit to the bit. I also spoke with Zando afterwards. He's such a nice dude, man. Zando is such a nice guy. It was so cool to talk to him finally. Mostly because I did so much research on everybody. So it was so cool to like finally interact with people. Did they know they were going to be doing these before? No. However, we had backup plans if they weren't comfortable, which some of them took. Essentially, what it was, and I guess this is one of those hindsight things, is we would have them start doing it, and if we saw that they weren't enjoying it, or if they would express to us that they didn't want to do it, or if they were just overwhelmed and were having a hard time, we switched it to something a little bit more generic. But I think in hindsight, maybe we should have asked them first. Granted, just because I think advocating for yourself is difficult and awkward, and a lot of people would probably just suck it up and do it and then not feel great about it afterwards. So that's something we're working on for next time, is I think we're going to have a better way of asking, or of like letting the players know what's going on instead of just throwing them into the fire, you know? But with that said, dude, everybody was so happy. Everybody was super supportive. Both like people in the production, people who watched, people who like the players themselves. Like everybody was super down the clown. And that's why we got such a good result out of it. I couldn't be happier. I finally got a moment to put up or shut up, man. Because I keep saying. Cheon, they did announce Arc Revo 2023 already. So Xander was bringing the hat regardless. DBC. Yeah, he brings the hat everywhere. He always brings the hat, which is hilarious to me. But hey, man, commit to the bit, dude. Commit to the bit. And Zando is committed. And again, like he's such a nice dude, man. That's one thing I think I wasn't expecting, is how nice of a dude Zando is. Like I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. Maybe it was because I like looked through his Twitter a lot. I did a lot of research on everybody because I crafted all the interview questions and all that for our media days and everything. I also like crafted the prop list and like the shot list, all this other stuff. Like, but I did not expect to like Zando just because of the tone of his tweets. However, after speaking to him, dude, he's such a nice guy. Same thing with Skill. I got to speak with Skill. Lost Soul, I think, is one of my favorite human beings ever. I didn't get a chance to speak with Nubenheimer. I didn't get a chance to speak with Mystic Smash or K-Top. I did get to speak with Umisho. Umisho is a wonderful human being. I'm so glad that she was able to be there. It sucks that the weekend didn't quite go right for her, but the fact that she was there and got to do all this stuff, I think, is very important. So I'm a big fan. That's all we had on the docket. So I guess that's it. That's going to be the end of the episode today. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody who supported the show. Thank you, everybody who supported those hero shots. Again, I'm so happy I finally got to do something, made people happy. So big thanks to everybody. We'll be back next week. We'll be back probably. I'm going to see if I can like try to do something either tomorrow or over the weekend, or maybe on Monday or Tuesday. Most likely Monday. But yeah, know that I'm extremely thankful for everybody's love with these, and for everybody's like just in general. I'm thankful for the FGC. Thank you, everybody. You can go to bestofvshow.com for all of our social podcast links. This will be up on YouTube, youtube.com/bestofvshow. So go check out all this stuff, and I'll see if I can post those interviews. I'll see what we can do with them. So